This is a review of the Mark 1 stainless steel machine finished with ruby contact point by Vorso spinning top. First of all, I just absolutely love this brand, Vorso. I love their ethos or philosophy. You can check all that on their website. I'll leave the link in the description below. I love their art direction, their styling, their ethos, all that stuff. One of the major driving factors of me even getting into spinning tops was this brand. Initially I was getting into spinning tops when I first found this article when you can use a spinning top as a meditation tool, and after doing a little bit of research, this brand Vorso just kept coming up time and time again. It seems as though their Mark 1 model is this mythical OG model. Now, I'm very new to spinning tops, but I'm pretty sure this is as good as they get. My only experience to spinning tops prior to this was the one that came in the DVD or maybe Blu-ray box set of Inception that's made of maybe like say nickel or zinc or something like that. It's kind of like the ones you would see by Forever Spin. And it's fine, it's okay, but it's nothing compared to this. Quite often when I buy something, I'll have a sort of buyer's remorse or hesitation about it right after I make the purchase. I had a little bit of hesitation when buying this, and so like all purchases, I had a little bit of post-purchase hesitation as soon as I hit purchase on this, because I do that with absolutely everything. But as soon as this thing arrived and I unpackaged it all and just went for my first spin, immediately it was worth every penny. And for the first week of owning this thing, I'm pretty sure this, other than when I was asleep, I'm pretty sure this spinning top spent more time spinning on my desk than it did not spinning. Something that I wonder actually is how much I've spun this. I wonder at which point I'll have spun it more in my possession than the amount of spinning it took to produce it. I assume the guys over at Vorso could probably figure that out. If their lathe turns at so many thousand RPM and it's on that lathe for so much time, there's probably a calculation you could make, and you could work out how many turns of the lathe it takes to produce this thing versus how many revolutions it spins in a given minute on someone's desk. These are precision spinning tops, and you can really tell that when you're handling it. It feels like it's from the inside of a sports car or maybe some kind of space age technology, and I'm not kidding, it really does feel and look that way. I saw somewhere written spinning tops are almost like functional jewellery. That's what this feels like. This is the same kind of detail as you would find in say a fancy watch or maybe some other sort of wearable jewellery. As you can see, this video is just under 8 minutes. Now this spinning top can go way longer than that. I've seen online people hitting 20 minutes and things. I don't even know what my longest spin is. I'm not really that fussed about how long these things spin for, although I think the most I've ever had it spinning for was about 13, 14 minutes, something like that. And I didn't even time it, I just kind of noticed the time when I spun it and then saw what time it was when it stopped. And it's just not something I'm focused on. I really like to do gentle, casual spins, and like I say, I've never actually timed them other than probably seeing the length of this video, and this is probably the average kind of spin time I get. I like to do it gentle and have it standing upright from the get-go, although saying that, I do like the little dance that it does as well. In fact, Vorso, they do a print of the kind of footprint of the dance that it does. Or I'm calling it a dance, I don't know if that's what you call it. They produce 3 different prints of that. I'll leave the link in the description below. I think it looks fantastic. I love all 3 of the prints that they do, but I grabbed the Nautilus one. I was looking for a print or a painting or a drawing anyway of the Enzo symbol from Taoism, and I just loved the niche of this, so I grabbed that too. Like I say, I'm very new to the world of spinning tops, so I don't know if I've got the right terminology here, and I might be just talking nonsense, but I'm just going to be describing this as best I can. The top feels really well balanced in terms of its height, its width, the circumference of the body and the circumference of the handle. It gives it just an amazing level of like torque to power ratio. What I'm talking about with that is the actual circumference of the body, where the weight of the top is in comparison to where the handle is, has got a very satisfying kind of bite to it, kind of similar to maybe when you're on a bike and you're on a particular gear cycling, say like a BMX or a single speed fixie bike. It's got like a really good gearing to it. It's obviously one selected gear, but it's a very satisfying level of gear. This thing weighs, it's around about 40 grams depending on which material it's made from, and you can feel the weight in it. Even though 40 grams sounds like a very small amount of weight, because it's very small, that 40 grams is very dense. And so when you go to spin it, you can really feel that weight. But as it speeds up, it becomes almost weightless in your hand as it leaves your fingers. And then when it's actually spinning there, even though you're not holding it, it kind of looks and feels weightless in itself. And that's what I find satisfying about this. It's also why I don't absolutely rattle this thing to try and get the longest spin possible. I like quite a casual spin of around about, say, 10 minutes, and this just absolutely does that for me. I love that it's able to spin at very low RPMs as well, where a lot of tops would maybe topple over. This just keeps going for another 1 or 2 minutes before it dies off. And that is my review of the Mark 1 stainless steel machine finished with the ruby contact point. I'm also looking at their Sunny Special. I think that looks amazing, and I think these two tops would just complement each other amazingly as well.